Hello. As you can see, I've got a lot of crap laying around. I've got a couple guitars there, I got a guitar there, I got an amp. I've got a banjo downstairs and a few more guitars. I think I've got 9 guitars in all and a banjo, and got a couple violins and some other stuff. Well, anyway, my wife's kind of getting down on me about all the instruments laying around and says I have to get rid of them. So to fix things, I've decided to build a guitar case. Actually, I shouldn't call it a guitar case, I'm building a guitar cabinet. Now, as you can see, I've already cut out the shape I want. I've got it in this, clamped in here. I was looking on the internet under Google Images to find some examples, and I found one that looked like this, like a guitar case. Now, I changed my design a little bit from the one that's on the internet. But basically, it's going to look like a guitar case. Again, I've cut this out. I'm going to sand it now to get the rough edges off of it. And then when I'm done, I will use it as a template to make the other side. And I'll just kind of chronicle how it goes here. Alright, for the curved areas, I've got all kinds of stuff I can use. I've just got a regular sanding block that I'll use, and I'm going to have to, I can't find my drum sander, so I'm going to have to pick one up, and I'll use that to kind of smooth out the circle area in here. So anyway, I'm just going to work on this for a while, and then when I'm done, we get ready to make that second piece. Oh, again, it's very important to wear safety equipment like these sandals. Well, anyway, I've got this one side sanded up pretty good. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut out an area right in here, just to make it a little more decorative. I've discovered here that by far the most difficult part of this job is the sanding, and that's because of all the curves. It makes it a challenge. But I'm going to go ahead and sand the surface. I'm going to start with a 100 grit, then 150, and then I think 220, and then down to a 400 grit, so that I get a nice smooth surface. Before I finish with my sanding, I think I'm going to go ahead and get those cut out at the bottom that I wanted. And I got a really high-tech way of doing it. I'm going to use this plastic lid for a refrigerator container to make my circles. I'm not quite sure exactly how I'm going to put them on here, but made a line to get the depth I want. Anyway, I just took that lid there and I made a circle there and a circle there, and you can see where they intersect. And I will cut those out. That'll give me this nice area, and they'll have a little point right there. So that should look pretty good. Alright, I hope it does anyway. We'll give it a shot. I get a better cut using a straight blade than I do the blade that's made for curves. Alright, there's what it's going to look like. I kind of like that. I like that. I think it's going to look good. Okay, you know, it's not completely done yet, but I'm anxious to get it inside and use it as a template on the other piece of wood. Okay, as you can see, if it's not too blurry here, I've got the outline made of the other side of the guitar. And I just took it downstairs through through the other one on top and trace it. It's that simple. I wanted to talk about the circle in the middle, the sound hole, I guess you'd call it. Now I made this by, I just took a spade bit, drilled a hole, and then used my my jigsaw to cut around a pattern I just made with like a paint can, a 4-inch can. Really, if you want to get a good circle, you want to use a hole saw. I just didn't want to put out the 20 bucks for a tool that I'll probably use once. So I went ahead and made the hole with a jigsaw. So I'm okay with it because this is mine. I'm not that fussy. I don't care. But, you know, if I were making this for somebody else, I'd use the hole saw. There is one advantage to the way I did it when you're using a fine-toothed jigsaw blade. You get a fairly decent cut. Use a hole saw, there's a good chance you're going to have a lot of splinters on the exit side of that hole, and then you got to fix those. So, you know, it's kind of a toss-up. You're not going to get a perfect circle using a jigsaw. I did have to get in here with a drum sander to kind of clean out the hole and make it a little better. But it's not bad, you know, for using a jigsaw. But again, you want a perfect one, use a hole saw. And there they are. Now all I have to do is connect them, yeah. Here's the hole I made for the wooden dowels that are going to go in here. I used a, what is that, 3/4 inch, or it's actually a 1 3/8 inch Forstner bit. It's got a shorter point on the end, unlike a spade bit, so I don't have to worry about it penetrating the other side here. So I just went down, I think it was about 3/8 down here, and the dowels will fit in on each side. I'll have one of these, and I will be able to just glue them in when the thing's done, and maybe nail them in on each side with my nailer. So anyway, that's how I went about getting the holes in here. Alright, it's time to do another one here. That looks about right. There we go. This gives you an idea of what a nice tight fit I have with this. The dowel fits just perfectly into that hole, and it's tight enough here that I'm just real pleased with it. I think it's going to be, everything's going to be real sturdy. This is what I've got so far. I put the dowels in, and it's just a matter of assembling the top bracing and the peg dividers for the guitars. And once I have it all assembled and it's looking good, I'll take it apart and stain it. Alright, well, here's my guitar rack. It's not finished yet. I have a kind of piece together here. This top plate right here, this is screwed on, but this one down here in the middle is just on there loose. The dowels at the bottom are just stuck in the holes, but there's nothing holding them in. I haven't nailed them or screwed them. I just wanted to see how if it was going to hold up okay and look okay. And as you can see, I've already got 4 guitars on there, and I think I can get, if I wanted to, I could get 3 more. Alright, here's my finished guitar rack. Got it in place already, that's why it's surrounded by junk. As you can see, I've installed these pegs here. There's nothing holding them in except tension. They're very tight fit. I just pounded them in with a rubber mallet. At some point they may need to be glued in, but I just wanted to get it together before I made anything permanent. If I were to do this again, I would probably lower this bar just a little bit so that it sits against the neck of the classical guitars rather than part of the head, like right here. So I'd probably lower it. Fits just fine against these steel string guitars. Right now I've got 5 guitars, a bass, and a banjo in here, and I can easily get another guitar in here. Anyway, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. In this angle, see how it looks.